Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroo cast of me, Rangaroo. And today we are doing a 1v1 on Paddy Fields. Yeah, I believe it is called slightly differently, but we all know this is Paddy Fields if we look at it from this angle. So, anyway, on the right hand side in blue, playing as Blue 4 Regot, and let me turn my head. Nandemonei. I'm just going to call him Nade. And on left hand side in red, playing as, well, probably Russia, we got Putin187. What the 18 stands for, 187 stands for, still no idea. So Putin, yeah, definitely playing a Russian deck. Royal, and I believe he's playing from the replay a motorized or mechanized general Blue 4 deck. From the look of it, it seems, yeah, definitely seems motorized. So let's slow this down and get things going. So we got an F5 puff, gonna be puffing out immediately. Putin going for a little bit of a, got a few hits. I think he didn't manage to kill anything there, both those missiles missed. Putin going for quite a nice strategy, got some tanks, had nothing to go, smart idea, send a lot of infantry into Bravo. While Nade sending out a lot of infantry, fusiliers and stuff. Not too much to go. Just a Bradley CV, or Bradley Recon CFV. Almost a CV, it's an F in the middle here. Gonna be sniping the BMP-3. Does manage to get first hit, but it gets counter-killed by the BMP-3 friend. A rather expensive loss here. I mean, I wouldn't really use a Bradley like this at all in an open field, because the whole point of it is to keep it in the forest and shoot ATGMs so it can't get spotted thanks to its stealth capabilities. But in that sort of situation there wasn't really anywhere else to put the Bradley safely, so that was really the best he could have done. This BMP-3 in another good spot, again another good shot. He's in a very good spot because you can pretty much shoot anything that comes along down here or down here. Thanks to the nice ATGMs covering his railway infantry. These Erics is getting into the town, going to be firing off and killing a Shilka. Very good hit, yeah. And it does seem like Mr. Nade is going right into Charlie, while Putin's focus is more on Golf. Got Nandemonei up here, doing a bit of flanking with it. Is that a Walker Bulldog? Yeah, it is, huh? Don't see these types of things all too often. Very interesting. How are you, GR7 dropping in the bombs? And they're just doing a pretty good push here, getting more infantry up. Really liking these Fusiliers in these lingots. I think they're Fusiliers. Or FSKs or something. They're probably Fusiliers. Because that is an English helicopter. But the Lynxes, these are actually pretty good transports, even though they're just a helicopter over the rockets. The Sneb rockets are really good, as you can see, as they are rather accurate and do a lot of damage. Stunning up at BMPT, and good on you for using the BMPT. It's a very good situation to use it. Not really much in terms of anti-tank power, it can kill you, except for an F5A puff. But as you can see, this guy is just tanking all the damage, only 1 HP, knocked off. But in this type of situation, he's got the open ground, and anything that pops up through his forest or down here will just get lit up by the BMPT's massive arsenal. Flag Farms are giving some close range cannon support, and the government's going for the Russian Marines. And really, if Nade wants to re-engulf Charlie, he's gonna have to get into this town, because he can really infantry fight, you know, if it's just infantry, because Russian Marines and Spetsnaz grew, they're rather expensive. Putin can't really get too many out. It's gonna be all about killing the vehicles like that BMPT, great striker with the Harrier. If he can knock out the infantry and the helicopters, pretty much all the fire support stuff, it'll be an easy job to get into Charlie. And Golf is rather quiet. Putin just setting up. You know, got TAT, some recon guys. Just as long as he can cover this road here, he has Gulf under control, just make sure nothing gets down. They've got 3 Nanosikis. Where are you guys going? And my 24D just breaking through. Trying to get some hits on the links. Another helicopter bites dust, just chasing these Linuxes. But it does get puffed on Harrier, I mean. And another good Harrier strike here, hitting a T-80. And then a second Harrier coming in, dropping bombs on the OSHA. Damn, those things are brutal. Putin's really going to want to get some AA up here soon. He's getting one Shilker up. Because those Harriers, they're just going to keep picking off his tanks and vehicles. And as I said earlier, Putin's going to need his vehicles to hold Charlie. We've got some Marines barely holding only 2 guys in. We've got some Spetsnaz crew reinforcing. BTR-90s also giving some fire support. Now the Nanosikis are moving around the bottom side. Going to be able to hit the infantry and probably hit this AA stuff. As he also falls back for ammunition. The Silka getting into cover. But the BMP-3 just getting long range shots off. Going to be killing the Nanosikis. Now we've got a lot of FSKs. And they kind of have a good opening. If they do rush into the town, yeah, I'll take sniper fire. More infantry reinforcements. Now, the Mi-24K, don't see this going all too often. Most people rather opt to get the KA-52. But the Mi-24 is good for clearing up small infantry forces. You know, checking and buckling dual lines, that's what this thing's really good at. For an open ground engagement, especially if there's AA, it's going to have a bit of trouble. But there's not really an AA here, so it's rather good investment. Now, ANZ managing to move with the Gulf a bit, but these guys aren't going to live for too long. And that's how you wipe out an infantry assault. Yeah, 1XA186, staying alive, the only one to be able to tell the tale of that horrible murder right here. Mi-25 keeping the skies clear, very smart buy, trying to keep those Harriers at bay. And Mi-24 finishing off Straggler. This is a very interesting choice here of AMX 1390s. These guys dominating a forest engagement like this, thanks to your fast fire and auto cannon. If you ever played Road of Tanks, you know just how annoying they can be. It's like a revolver. They got 6 quick fire shots. Unless the Spetsnaz crew can hit them with an RPG-26. But this is a very good counterpost here from Putin, taking the forest, trying to use this as a buffer zone into Charlie. And they may want to get some more reinforcements in to go, preferably some tanks. Just to try and stop anything from moving through the open field. And for Nandemonei, his best bet really is to take Charlie, because you've got to remember, he is playing a motorized, mechanized deck. Guys, I think it's motorized, one or the other. He doesn't really have tank support, is what I'm trying to say. He probably doesn't really have many tanks in his deck. So he's really want to try and opt and get the infantry zone and hold this down instead of going for an open ground engagement. Because as you can see, it's just bringing up a lot of infantry. Nanosikis, recon vehicles, all that good stuff. Take a drink real fast. And try to put down the glass without making too much sound. Now we got a lot of infantry moving into Bravo. Yo, honestly, no, he doesn't need to really get Charlie. I thought this was the neutralizing point, but Gulf also acts as the same thing. So he could probably get CV into Bravo right now and get a very nice +1 point advantage. Gulf is a no-go, yo. But same with Putin. Putin may want to get CV into Gulf, so one or the other could get a point advantage. Got loads of governments, some Arixes setting up in Bravo, and the Su-24 dropping a lot of bombs, but it doesn't get shot down. MiG-25 evacing out. VDV's in a very good spot. Gets some nice long range hits. Those Shulkers shooting down a helicopter. Very good. Very good positioning. Got some M40 runs. He has a lot of bloody recon shots. A lot of them. Got Nanoshikis, M283 Bradley, AMX 1390s, M40 runs. I mean, that is a lot of recon. But you can get away with that in motorized mechanized sense. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards motorized. I could read it up right now, but I just don't want to. ML60s is putting down the fire support. Just stunning up Putin's forces. Now we got a BMPT here, and the BMPTs are going to be so bloody powerful for Putin because there's not really much. The Arixes will actually be quite a threat now. I think about it. But in terms of other tanks, nothing's really going to hurt him. Oh, is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. Fiery Hell. The Buratino. And if you want to know, Buratino is actually the Russian Pinocchio. So this is literally Pinocchio, the fiery rocket launcher. Instead of its nose growing longer when it, lies, it just shoots out a crap ton of thermodynamic rockets, which I think is a little bit more scary than just a long wooden nose. And a lot of fire just saturating this forest line. Very good hit, stunning up the M41s. The AMX-60 is getting a little bit too close. May want to keep him back at BMP3, trying to get some ATGM shots on him. Those Harriers haven't been brought out, to help support Charlie, because it's MiG-25 just doing constant patrols with the plane keeping the skies clear. Very nice deterrent. Now, Putin does have a T-72 CV. I think he's going to be bringing it in to go. Probably a smart idea. Bravo would be way too risky. Because he managed to move into it, but not enough. Yeah, issue 25, very balls deep into the sector. It does get shot down. BTR 80 and BMP3. Supporting fire, trying to get some hits in the flak pounds. The ML60s branching for another shot. They are. I think that's a little bit too close. You want to keep them behind the forest. There's infantry, so for Putin, ain't exactly going well. Buratino refueling. Now we're down with Leopard 1A1. First actual tank we've seen. I believe this is it's a pretty decent tank. 45 points, good for CQC. A little bit low on army though, but you can never get. Yeah, you don't get many choices in a motorized deck. More M41s being brought out. Take another drink here. Putin bringing up a T-64 BM. Some more vehicles, more BMPTs. Can't go wrong with those BMPTs. And really pushing from Nate's perspective onto his sector is just going to be a pain in the arse now. Got a lot of vehicles, not much in terms of infantry, VDV spread out, but the BMPTs and the Buratino are just going to really stop. And he may want to think about attacking Gulf. But at the same time, attacking Gulf, he doesn't really have the tank support. Maybe if he uses M3A2s and a lot of Arixes and ATGMs, he can probably get in there. If he can capture his forest and get into his town, that's what he needs to do to attack Gulf. You've got Fouchagers moving into the tree line, and I believe some governments is booking it right from... Never mind, it's not booking it into the town. I think it might have been a smart idea just to get right in there. But no, he's moving the government to his forest line, but they are going to get lit up by the BMP3s. My-24 finishing them off. Just an absolute rocket spew. And this thing carries 4 sets of 80mm rockets. It can just decimate like infantry. You got Buratino firing onto his top side. Just trying to get those mortars, it seems. Su-25 evacing. A little bit too close by a flank punch to Pard. And that push just did not go round to go. Got CV being brought out from ANZ. Going to be trying capturing Bravo. Definitely needs to do that because he's losing slowly by a plus run. He still does have the lead. But this is a rather big push here from Putin. Very nice spread out the VDVs and BMPTs. There's nothing really too much here. The government are just going to get absolutely shredded. Those Shilkers. Great position, shooting down those Linuxes, stopping them from moving up. That T-64BM, and these stuff are just tanking. Quite literally in this close range environment. That BMPT backing out. But Putin is just going to be able to completely move through into Bravo. Infantry just getting killed. And we've got an F-100. The shotgun airplane. And he just kind of gets a shot down. Probably lost sight of the target. But yeah, Putin has a rather nice AA net, Shilkers and Osayach out of ammo. BMPT's clearing out, but he does get sniped by the RBS. And ANZ really wants to get some reinforcements into Alpha. These VDVs are moving up fast into his forest. It probably would have been maybe a little bit of a smarter idea to get him into the town. But whatever floats your boat. Now, I believe these are Russian Marines being brought up. The KA-29, yes they are. Or Shilka Pekota. Now, Putin, he really just has the momentum. Moving through Bravo, getting more reinforcements in here. He just has a lot of stuff to push with. Well, and he's getting Leopard 185s and a Crow Tower. More infantry guys. Crow Tower definitely be a smart idea. Try and shoot down that Mi-24K. That's been hassling him. And the tanks, he probably wants to try and keep it back in this forest to cover this open field. Oh, it does seem like Putin is mainly moving up through his forest line. A lot of Russian Marines getting into the AFSKs, shooting down, or almost shooting down the KA-29, forcing it to retreat. That BTR-80 getting quite ballsy behind enemy lines, but it does get sniped. That Leopard 185 getting way too close to the VDVs. You really should have moved it round into the safer area over here. And this is just going extremely well for Putin. I mean, honestly, he has this in the bag at this point. +2 point advantage. Just so many more units on the field compared to ANZ. And he's getting a lot of infantry up now. Definitely what he needs. He just needs to try and consolidate into Alpha. Try to hold his ground. Buratino onto the town, but the RBS is just one of the few buildings that didn't get lit up. And these infantry guys are going to be getting into the forest, try and clear out the VDVs, and the governments en masse are definitely going to help out. And funnily, there's no Jaegers in this deck. We haven't seen any Jaeger spam. That's a first in a row in the blue fort. I mean, governments are rather comparable. I believe they are cheap. Yeah, 10 points, and they got pretty good transport. But no Jaegers, that's a nice change of pace. But really, infantry forces like this is what ANZ needs to do, because he can just clear out forest sectors with just this amount of forces. Even though the more Shirka Pehotas and VDVs are stock infantry, MG3s do mess up your days still. You've got VDVs taking the town, T-64 in the open field, spotting the FSKs. Government's going at it. It's just a lot of machine gun fire. Yeah, I think it was a bomber. No, an Su-25 Mirage trying to intercept, but a little bit too late. Going for the Su-24 instead. But the Su-24 does manage to escape, and the MiG-25 goes in for the intercept. You know, he does run out of missiles halfway through. The one problem with the MiG-25 is that you only get 4 missiles with it. I mean, that's enough to kill one plane, but you can only ever kill one plane on a MiG-25. Sometimes 2, if you get really good hits. AMX 1390s in a rather good spot. But Putin, he's just having Golden Brother under his control. I mean, he's just gaining all the points. But ANZ is just going to stick it through it to the end. With AMX 1390s, just volley fire into VDVs, getting up more governments, round 2 electric boogaloo. You know, 2 of them do get shot before they get into the zone, into the forest. BMP3 is going to definitely mess up their day a bit. Speed us up, one final push here from Putin. And he just outnumbers the government. Su-25 going in for an AT run, and this should be a GG in like 4 seconds. They even got an Apache, rather odd helicopter choice. And that will be a good game. Damn, that was a 1,500-ish point advantage to Putin, and no friendly fire incidents. Good job there. So rather good match. Putin just doing a very good job capping Gulf, holding on to his bottom sectors, and then doing a very good counter push, changing the momentum. You know, ANZ in the early game did a great job with that early game push down in the bottom side. Those Harriers were definitely quite helpful, but once those MiG-25s got onto the field, it's very hard to knock out those support vehicles, and the support vehicles were really important to hold in the zone. So because he couldn't knock him out, Putin managed to hold, you know, gain up his forces and do a counter push. Now, doing a motorized deck on that map was a little bit ballsy. On the bottom side, you can definitely do it. That's a great place to attack for the motorized deck, but you really do need to get into the enemy town and get into that town. And ANZ just couldn't do that. And that top hand side, very hard to do with his deck, because it really just relies on tank engagements. And in open fields, we all know Russian tanks are the best at that. So Putin just had pretty much a deck advantage into Gulf, easily held it, because all you have to do is hold on to those forests and you're good as gold. But yeah, ANZ, long story short, he really just needed to push a little bit more in that bottom side. Maybe instead of getting Fusiliers and Linuxes, just government spam the crap out of it and just rush into that town and hopefully get in there. Because a lot of the time that town was fairly lightly occupied, only a few Spetsnaz crew in there. If he could have got in there and did a very close range gunfight, he would have been good. Also, I just want to point out 420 command points. That's a number I can get with. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling and leave it at that. This has been another Rangroot cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.